Have you ever thought if it was possible to make a rifle build which truly one-shots? Well, I thought it was not possible until now. I do have a rifle build that not only one-shots on head but also on body, and it's more than 20 million per shot, which is like marksman rifle damage kind of territory, and it's pretty insane. Now, there is the 5-time XP event coming really soon, so if you make this build, you can one-shot your targets and farm those XPs really quickly because, you're taking your targets, you're clearing the content quickly, so that means you're getting the XP really quickly as well. This will serve you really well in that particular time, but that doesn't mean that you're only going to be using this build just for that. You can actually take this build in legendary missions as well, just like you would do with your marksman rifle builds, and it'll still do really well, whether you're playing solo or if you're playing group. Now, I do have a couple of variants that I want to show you. There is damage comparison at the end of the video as well, so stick around to see that. There's timestamps given. If you want to jump here and there, you could do that as well. But for now, let me show you how you can make this build as well. So this is the build over here right now, as you can see. Now, I'm using the sharpshooter specialization with this one because it gives you extra headshot damage for using rifles and marksman rifles. Plus, also gives you extra stability, so that's kind of nice. And also the recon drone there, which I'm actually using, and I like that because it has a huge range, and I don't have to worry about pulsing every now and then. It just consistently pulse, so you can just attach it in the middle of the, open world or whatever you're doing. You can attach it and just pulse everything, which is pretty good. You can use gunner specialization if you want to for that 10% armor on kill, but I'm just staying with the sharpshooter here. Now, for my weapon, I have the 1886 here as my main weapon. I also have the diamond bag, which is technically my main. I mean, both my weapons are actually my main. I use them both, but the 1886, I use it a little bit more because of the determined stat here, because that allows us to get that one-shot body shot kill instead of just headshot only. So that becomes a little bit easier, right? Plus, I also have headshot damage as an attribute here instead of damage to target of cover. So it's really working well, and I'm absolutely loving it. And I have extra weapon expertise here, like 14%, because I wanted to hit that 20 million plus mark. And without this, I was actually staying within 19 million range. So I wanted to add a little bit of expertise to hit that 20 million. I just did it because I wanted to see that 20 million number, basically. And that's what we're doing. We have more than 20 million per shot, whether you're doing on body or head. It's just one-shotting your targets, which is insane damage, obviously. And I'm just happy with this right now. I mean, without any team buffs or anything, I'm just doing 20 millions damage when I'm solo. So if you are in a group, you're getting some buff, that'll be even higher damage, obviously. Now, for the second weapon, I chose the diamond bag because I never actually used the diamond bag before, like in any build. Plus, after the rework, the diamond bag is actually really good. So for people who really don't like doing that body shot one-shot kill, and you just want the headshot one-shot kill, use the diamond bag for that, because they're basically the same weapon. All right, they're basically the same weapon. It's just diamond bag is the exotic variant of the 1886. And it does really good. Like, the damage from the diamond bag is awesome. And plus, you can get guaranteed crit hit with this. As long as you can take out the target that is marked and you take that target down, you get guaranteed crit hit for 5 seconds, and you get 20% of amplified damage. This actually does more damage than my 1886 with having more expertise. I mean, diamond bag actually does 25 million per shot when the agonizing bite is active, which is kind of crazy. However, it's only headshot. So if you really want to do only headshot and you want to improve your aim, use the diamond bag. And even if you miss it, it's fine. As long as you have the agonizing bite, you can still do body shots, and you'll do guaranteed crits on the body. So that's not bad either. But if you really don't care about that and you just want that one-shot body shot or leg shot or hand shot, whatever, use the 1886 here with determined talent. It will do the job just fine. So yeah, that's my two weapons here. Now, as for the gears, I actually chose 2-piece of breaking point here for this particular setup. I do have another one where I use 3-piece, and I'll show you the damage kind of comparison in the end with having 3-piece and Fox Spray, basically. So yeah, 2-piece gives us 25% of rifle damage. That's the reason why I chose it. And all of my stats is going to be weapon damage and headshot damage, and obviously headshot damage mod, because it is a headshot damage build. So that's why we have weapon damage and headshot damage and everything. Now, as for the other two, like, high-end set that I'm using, the rifle set basically, which is the Zoo set, and it gives us extra magazine size, which is nice. Have more ammo. That's good. I mean, basically one extra ammo for rifles and marksman rifles. Also, rifle damage 20%, so that's also really good. And obviously have weapon damage, headshot damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage mod with the Headhunter talent. Now you could say, what about the chain killer? Well, I have chain killer. I could use chain killer, but I'm not using it because I will lose 20% of rifle damage if I try to use the chain killer. Besides, there is no damage difference between chain killer, perfect headhunter and headhunter. It's just you activate perfect headhunter quickly, then headhunter, you requires an extra shot there to activate fully. Otherwise, once it's active, it's going to do the exact same damage. So I'm just staying with this because my overall damage is higher, which is, again, more than 20 million per shot. And that's why I have this on instead of the chain killer. Now, for the other zoo set, since I'm using it on the gloves, well, I will use the Eagle's Grasp because I will add weapon handling on the attribute anyway. So why not just use the named variant of it that gives you even more weapon handling, which is 15%. So that's why I chose that. And obviously, I have a headshot damage here. So that's my 2-piece of the zoo set there. Now, obviously, I have a Fox's Sprayer here, which gives us 10% of rifle damage and 8% of damage to target of cover, plus 10% of headshot damage that I changed into. So yeah, overall, it's awesome. And then we have the gift backpack here, which obviously gives us a 15% of headshot damage there as 1-piece set bonus because it's Providence piece. And also have weapon damage, crit chance, headshot damage, and headshot damage mod there. Kind of wanted weapon handling there, but whatever. Or even crit damage. I wouldn't mind crit damage there as well because of Diamond Back, because it crits every time, right? So that will be good as well. Otherwise, yeah, I'm fine with it. There is a gift backpack on sale, by the way, currently when I'm making this video at the Dark Zone vendor, I believe. And it's a pretty good backpack. I mean, the stats are there very high. So if you don't have the gift backpack, you might want to go and purchase from the vendor with the DZ credit, obviously. And you will get the beautiful backpack there. Now, obviously, the Perfect Vigilance talent is really good, like 25% of damage. Now, if you feel like you don't activate this talent all the time, especially when you're playing solo, you can use a different backpack with something like a Composure talent. So you can stay in cover and activate. Your damage will be a little bit lower. But Perfect Vigilance is just really good. 3 second is not a huge deal. And you will just do insane amount of damage there. Otherwise, if you want to play this build like in a solo way, I mean, technically I am playing like this solo. I don't have any problem because I'm staying far away and picking them up. Like, I'm taking them out before they take me out, right? I'm just one-shotting them, so it's not a problem. However, if you still want a little bit more survivability, just swap the backpack to a Memento, and that's it. That's all you have to do, because Memento will give you extra damage, weapon damage, but you do need to build it up, obviously. Before building it up, your damage will be kind of low, like 16 to 17 million range. But when you do build up the damage, then obviously your damage will be pretty similar to what I'm doing right now, which is more than 20 million. You'll be sitting at like 19.5 million-ish damage there. But yeah, it's pretty good damage as well. If you're playing solo, you'll one-shot your elite enemies without an issue, and also even bosses. And yeah, it'll give you armor regen at the same time, plus a little bit of bonus armor. Nothing crazy with all red though, but I mean, at least it's some sort of healing, right? So you could use it like that. So that's basically the solo variant there. Now, you can also ask me that why I'm not actually using the 3-piece of breaking point. Well, I do have that. I mean, you can use the 3-piece of breaking points. That gives you extra 30% of headshot damage and 15% of weapon handling. You could definitely use that, and you'll say that, wait, having more headshot damage is actually better. Well, technically, it's not in this case, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you in the shooting range. So, well, let me just show you that, right? All right, so we're here at the shooting range. Just a quick, like, damage comparison between the variant that has more headshot damage, which is the breaking point knee pads. That gives you 30% of headshot damage and 15% weapon handling versus the Fox's Sprayer, basically. So that's pretty much what I'm going to show you. Like, I already have the 3-piece variant here. And if I show you my stats, I have 240% of headshot damage. Now, technically, most of you guys will think that this is better because of it's a headshot damage build. So having more headshot damage is better. Actually, no. I'll show you that. So if we activate a Headhunter here, if I can do that. Let me just quickly activate it. There we go. So the most damage we're going to do with this build is 19 million. I mean, this setup will do 19,720,070 there. So that's pretty much what we are doing here. Like you can see, even on body, obviously, because the Determine will activate. So yeah, you can see consistently we're hitting 19,720,070 there. So yeah, that's the damage we're doing with this. Now, if I change the knee pads and add Fox's Sprayer, we're going to be losing 30% of headshot damage here. So it's supposed to do bad, right? Let's see. Let me just activate it. There we go. Look at that. We're doing 20,341,000. See that? Look at that. 20,341,000. We're doing that. I did not added anything extra to it, right? I just swapped my knee pads. That's all I did. I just swapped the breaking point. The reason why we're doing more damage because more rifle damage and more amplified damage from damage to target of cover. That's why. So it's actually beating the 30% of headshot damage easily. So don't get fooled by having more headshot damage in your build will be better. You might want to test by yourself and see if your damage number is actually higher or not. Because if it's not higher, then having more headshot damage is not worth it. Like I'm just showing you here, like we're easily hitting more damage than having more headshot damage on the build, right? So get more weapon damage and amplified damage if you can, and try it out with 2 different setup. Whatever build it is, even if it's a marksman rifle build, just try it out. See if you're actually doing more damage with having headshot damage more, or having a little bit of more weapon damage and amplified damage and stuff like that together. So yeah, try it like that and see which one's doing more damage. And if something is doing more damage than the other, then obviously you use the one that is doing more damage, right? So yeah, that's just what I wanted to show you here with the shooting range. Pretty much. So that's basically the build. I mean, it's a really good build. You can actually one-shot with this easily. So the 5 times XP event is coming up. Plus, it's going to overlap with the Golden Bullet Global event. So you're going to do even more damage. Plus, you'll have like unlimited ammo pretty much with this. And yeah, you can just go farm XP like crazy with this, you know, because you're one-shotting everything, right? So whether you're playing, you know, heroic missions or like control points and stuff like that with directives, you don't have to worry about directives because you're just one-shotting everything. So even if you're playing in a group, you know, if you have some friends or clan members to play together, you know, giving you a little bit more damage buff, that's even better. It's truly a one-shot rifle build. Like, I'm happy that I finally made one, truly a one-shot rifle build. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you like it or not. If you did, leave a like in the video and subscribe to the channel because that really helps me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.